Babylon's shadow, celestial balance, cosmic betrayal, cosmic chaos, underworld rising, divine wrath, eternal conflict, giants awaken, infernal might, shadowed thrones.
Chapter 05. The Serpent's vengeance revolves around Tiamat, the goddess of wrath, as she seeks vengeance for the death of her brother, Anzu, at the hands of Marduk, the supreme god. Tiamat believes Marduk's actions were not those of a just ruler, but a tyrant whose increasing power threatens the balance of the cosmos. Consumed by grief and rage, Tiamat decides to overthrow Marduk and restore what she perceives as the rightful order. Tiamat first seeks allies among the gods. She approaches Ishtar, the goddess of love, war, and fertility, who is conflicted about Marduk's rule. After a persuasive argument from Tiamat about the tyranny of Marduk, Ishtar agrees to join her cause, motivated by her belief in justice. Next, Tiamat turns to Enlil, the god of wind and storms, whose faith in Marduk has begun to waver. Enlil, once a strong supporter of order, is convinced by Tiamat's words and agrees to join the alliance. With her new allies, Tiamat sets her plan in motion. They confront Marduk in Eridu, the celestial city, where the tension is palpable as Marduk realizes the gravity of the situation. Tiamat accuses Marduk of overstepping his bounds and executing Anzu out of pride. Marduk defends his actions, but the three gods, Tiamat, Ishtar, and Enlil, are determined to challenge him. The battle that follows is a fierce, cataclysmic struggle between the forces of order and chaos. Tiamat transforms into a monstrous serpent, and her attacks are met by Marduk's windstorm, the Imhalu. Ishtar uses her divine weapons, while Enlil summons the full fury of the storm. Marduk, however, wields the Tablet of Destinies, a powerful artifact that gives him dominion over the fates, and uses it to defend against their onslaught. For 7 days and nights, the gods clash in an epic battle that shakes the very heavens. The battle rages on without a clear victor, with both sides evenly matched in power. However, as the conflict reaches its peak, the gods remain determined to break Marduk's tyranny. As the dawn of the 8th day approaches, the celestial battlefield becomes a place of immense destruction, the forces of order and chaos locked in a struggle that could reshape the cosmos. The ultimate confrontation looms, as Marduk's dominance is threatened by the combined might of Tiamat, Ishtar, and Enlil. The sky above was in turmoil as the forces of order and chaos collided. The very ground beneath their feet fractured, sending divine shards into the abyss. The air smelled of ozone, and even the stars flickered in fear of the impending battle. Tiamat, the primordial sea serpent, hissed her anger at Marduk, blaming him for the death of her brother and the tyranny he had imposed upon the gods. Ishtar, the goddess of love and war, expressed her sorrow and fury, declaring Marduk's reign would end that day. Enlil, the god of wind and storms, spoke of the battle being not just for them, but for the balance of the universe. Marduk, resolute and undaunted by the combined forces of these three gods, declared that without his leadership, the cosmos would unravel. Thus, the final battle began with an explosion of divine might. Tiamat unleashed the power of the sea, waves crashing against Marduk. Ishtar wielded her weapons with deadly precision, and Enlil called down lightning. Despite their relentless assault, Marduk stood strong, commanding his own divine storm, the Imhalu, to push back against them. The sky burned with their struggle, and the very fabric of reality seemed to tear. With a burst of overwhelming power, Marduk released the full force of his storm, a collision of divine energies that erupted in a cataclysmic explosion. The light was so intense that even the gods had to shield their eyes, and the very air crackled with the force of the flames. From the heart of the explosion, Marduk saw a fire unlike any before, a flame born from divine collision, capable of reshaping reality itself. He captured the fire into his robe, feeling its tremendous potential. However, there was no time to contemplate its power, as the three gods lay gravely wounded from the blast. Tiamat, Ishtar, and Enlil were battered and broken, their divine forms scorched and shattered. Marduk, though victorious, recognized the importance of their roles in the universe. Though they had defied him, their punishment would not be death. Instead, he banished them into the void, exiling them from the celestial city. Their hatred burned in their final words, with Tiamat vowing revenge, Ishtar expressing sorrow, and Enlil accepting his fate. The battle was won, but the aftermath was heavy. The cosmos remained in turmoil, with the heavens still trembling from the divine conflict. Marduk stood alone, the power of the captured fire within him, its potential to create or destroy resting at his command. He knew the responsibility of wielding such power, understanding its capacity to unbalance the universe. Reflecting on the future, Marduk realized that the banished gods would one day return. The fractures within the divine order were clear, and the universe was constantly shifting. Yet, he was determined to maintain balance, prepared to face whatever challenges arose. The echoes of the battle would last for eons, and in the silence of the celestial city, Marduk walked alone, knowing the war was far from over.